Hey guys, I'm Michael Allen, TropicalSpeakingNow.com. This video is all about rain. Rain in Costa Rica. I'm even going to throw some tips in there when it does rain that you can do or apply. I think we can all agree that a vacation ruined by totally inclement weather sucks, right? I mean, you don't want to go on a cruise and be stuck in hurricane, gale force winds and be puking for a week. I think we can all agree on that. But if you're the type of person that lets a little inclement weather, in particular rain, ruin your time, ruin your time with friends and family and ruin your time from experiencing a different culture, I think that says maybe more about you, really. To me, it's kind of like boredom. Boredom, when people say I'm bored or boredom, I think that's more reflection on you than it is your surroundings. But, that's just my opinion. Doesn't matter. But I'm not sure if Costa Rica is the perfect place for really whiners and complainers. If that type of person is kind of going, "Oh my gosh, it's raining. What are we gonna do? Oh my God, everything's ruined." I don't know. You might want to go somewhere else, or those people might be happy just at the beaches here. We have 750 miles of beautiful beaches. Uh, to me, well, I mean, a lot of the world has beautiful beaches. To me, you're missing what Costa Rica is all about, which is kind of the rainforest. So I think you need the whole smorgasbord, the whole experience. You know, uh, Costa Rica is the perfect combo meal of weather. The perfect combination, man. It produces some of the most unmatched, unparalleled beauty on the freaking planet. That's why people come here, man. The animals, the greenery. Do you know I can stick this in the ground? It's going to grow. Actually, where I'm at up at D'Angelo's house, me and him planted almost all this stuff doing this. It's a beautiful thing. So, you know, again, you want to experience Costa Rica in the whole. But again, that's entails rain. All right. So you're going to hear me say the word generally quite a bit, but you just have to just think everything I'm saying is more of a generalization. Nothing to do with the weather is cut in stone here. I'm telling you, okay? So I would say the biggest myth here about the weather, and I know this because I get this email a lot, well, almost every day. Michael, when's the best time to come to Costa Rica? I heard it's the dry season. What about the wet season, the slow season, the fast season, the summer, the fall? Okay, first off, you may not be aware of this, but do you know there's like 27 different weather patterns here, distinct weather patterns? It's not that easy. I'm going to give you an example, and people probably be pissed that I tell you this. Puerto Viejo, which is a nice place on the Caribbean side of Costa Rica, the Atlantic side, it has the same weather pattern as we do here in Fortuna. So if you were down in Puerto Viejo for a couple days and you said, "Well, it's kind of raining. I wanted to spend some sunny beach time, but since we're not going to be down here long, let's get out of here and go to La Fortuna and see what that." It's probably going to be raining here too. All right. And then the other thing is, when you hear this whole, "Oh, Costa Rica's the best to see during the beginning of December through the beginning of April, the dry season," they're mostly talking about the Pacific side of Costa Rica. They're talking about Tamarindo, Manuel Antonio, and those places, and they're beautiful, and that is true. They're typically dry at that time. But guess where it's not? Not here. We're on the opposite weather pattern. From December through April is our rainier time. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't come down here because, again, the rain is great. It does a lot of things. And I'm not saying it rains, every day, all day or anything like that, but I'm just telling you that it rains a little more. And just to go back a little bit, that's how everything is judged here. Does it rain a little less at that time or does it rain a little more? So we're from December through April, La Fortuna, it's raining more. Where Tamarindo, for example, sunny, dry, almost too dry actually. So those are things to think about, when you're planning on coming here, or you can have us do it. We'll hook that all up for you. Now, generally, if you're doing all this your stuff, you should book your tours in the mornings. Mornings, early afternoons. Generally speaking, that's going to be the better time when it normally isn't going to rain. The rain normally comes in the evening or late afternoon, generally. All right? So the early morning bookings, especially to do something like maybe a zip line where beauty is kind of important, Now, just because it's raining, you don't have to get all crazy. There's a lot of things you can do in the rain. It doesn't even, I've done them and I don't even remember looking back. I remember having a great time rafting and then somebody goes, remember it was raining? No, we had a great time. I don't remember the rain. So like rafting, you can raft in the rain. All right. Do you know about canyoneering? It's kind of like rappelling and hiking through the jungle and jumping in little rivers and doing all kinds of stuff through the jungle. Doesn't matter if it rains. It's a great time. You're in the jungle in a canopy. You almost don't even see the sun anyway. You can go caving when it's raining for the most part. Hot springs. We locals, we like the hot springs when it's raining because it cools stuff down. Night walks. Hiking in general, as long as it's not an extreme hike, hiking in the rain is not really that problematic. You know, it's nice. Animals might be coming out. The rain kind of changes the hues of the greens. I mean, it can be beautiful. Again, maybe not an extreme hike. That might be a little too muddy. Now, okay, now it's raining though, and you just can't. You know, you can't do a zip line when I've done a zip line when it's raining, and as long as it's not raining too hard, you can still be halfway enjoyable, but that's kind of rough. But let's say it is raining, you're like, man, what do we do? You know, I don't know, it's raining. Well, you know, some of the best experiences in Costa Rica are not booked. Man, that was a good one. I got to remember that. Some of the best experiences in Costa Rica are not booked. You know, go to a restaurant or a bar. Maybe not a touristy one. Just go to a restaurant and a bar off a beaten path. Start talking to people. Maybe you do run into other tourists, you know, from Switzerland or something. You know, those are the funnest times, spending the afternoon just talking. Or it doesn't even matter if you know Spanish. It's still fun, man. It's great trying to communicate, you know, in those situations. Maybe take a cooking class. There's a lot of cooking classes around. You kind of do that whole cultural thing. Doesn't matter if it's raining on that. Volunteering. A lot of animal rescue centers here, a lot of dog rescue centers here, a lot of organic farming type things going on. Doesn't matter if it's raining, that's going to be a great experience for you. Maybe visit a school. You know, that's going to be an eye-opener. The school's kind of cool. Maybe you can take some pens or some rulers over there or something, or maybe donate a little bit of money to help them out. Maybe rent a taxi driver for the day and have him take you out of town to another little town and just roam around. You know, I've done this a couple times. Go to a movie theater and watch one of the big blockbusters, you know, like Avengers or something in Spanish. It's a kick, you know. I don't understand shit, but it's still kind of fun. All right, so the bottom line is do not let rain ruin your time. It does not have to. It doesn't have to. You're going to have a great time, man. It's a beautiful country, whether it's raining or not. I do want to tell you, unless you're hiking, we use umbrellas, all right? Don't be walking around town in ponchos. Also, again, it does rain here, and it can rain sometimes more than others. You know, if you're driving yourself, you need to check the routes. You know, you need to try to wait, whether it's your going to your rental agency and calling them or something and checking some of the routes, because, you know, we have landslides here. So you got to watch that. But the bottom line is don't be a freaking whiner. I'm Michael Allen, guys. TravelCostaRica.com. Peace, guys. Hope it helps.